What's up, guys? Igor Hernandez here. I'm one of the attorneys at Cornish, Hernandez, and Gonzalez, where I practice injury law and first-party homeowner property claims. And today I want to talk to you about why it's a good idea to speak to the police if, and only if, you are a victim of a crime. Now, you may have seen online in videos or articles that lawyers post, and they're always talking about how you should never speak to the police, how you should get a lawyer, that kind of stuff. And that's only geared towards if you are a suspect in a criminal investigation. So if something happens, the police comes to you to ask you what happened, and you are going to be the suspect of the criminal investigation. You could potentially be charged, arrested, whatever. It's never a good idea to speak to the cops, because at that point in the investigation, what they're trying to do is they're trying to get information from you so that they can make a case against you better. Basically, they're not there trying to help you, they're trying to get you to incriminate yourself so that when they go to court, they can say, oh yeah, he admitted to doing this, that, and the other thing, and that's why we know he's guilty. So that's only specifically geared towards those situations where you may be charged, where you may in fact have committed an offense and the cops want to speak to you. And that's perfectly valid legal advice. However, if it's not the case, if you are a victim of a crime, meaning, let's say, for whatever reason, something terrible happened, you're in a parking lot and somebody robs you and shoots you, or you're at a bar and somebody stabs you, you're definitely the victim of the criminal offense, then it is a great idea to speak to the police, not just because they are going to help with the criminal case, meaning not just because whatever you tell them is going to be information that they may be able to follow up on in order to find who did it or why they did it and bring that person to prosecution, but also because on the civil side, meaning on the injury claim side of the case, there is the great possibility that if something like that happens at a bar, a club, the parking lot, or anything like that, there's a great possibility that you could bring a case in the civil context against the bar, the club, the people who control the parking lot for what's called negligent security, for failing to provide adequate security, and that failure led to you being stabbed or shot or whatever the case may be. And so if there is a possibility, if you are going to bring that kind of case, it's very important that you had spoken to the police when they interviewed you, because everything that the police did with you, if they spoke to you, if you gave a statement, the things that you said to the police are going to be stuff that comes out on the civil side. So basically, they're going to be things that the defense can use on the civil side to try to make your case worse. And so if you refuse to speak to the police, if you spoke to the police but you were not honest about what happened, you told them some story that ended up being proven that that's not what happened. You told them the incident happened in one place when in reality it happened in another place, and you just didn't want to say the right place where it happened. All those things are going to be critical in the civil side of the case. And the defense on the civil side of the case is going to make a big deal out of the fact that you either didn't speak to the cops properly, that you provided false information, that you did things that frankly you should not have done. And so they're going to use that information to try to make the jury believe that what you're saying is not credible. So it's very, very important that you tell the police exactly what happened and where it happened. Also, giving the police adequate information allows them to investigate. If you tell them the truth about where it happened, they can go out there and try to get surveillance. If you tell them the truth about when it happened, they can go out there and try to interview witnesses. If you don't tell them the truth about any of these facts, they're not going to find anything. If they don't find anything, your civil case is going to be weaker. Because what we do is, after the police go out there, they do their investigation, we get the police file and we expand on the police investigation. We speak to the people they spoke to, we speak to people that they may have not spoken to, we look for the surveillance, etc. But if you don't provide that information to the police, then the police file is going to be pretty thin, which means we're starting off from a pretty thin file or from a pretty bad spot, as opposed to if you had told the police everything that happened, we would have a complete file to work off of. So anyway, guys, that is it for now, and I will catch you again next time.